Okay, well that was incredibly embarrassing. We're just gonna pick up right where we left off. Everything seems to be in order. I really hope I didn't break anything. And I keep getting texts. Darn it, buddy, you gotta message the things and not accuse me of being black. Okay, so this problem should not be happening anymore. That was incredibly low quality stuff. What happened to effeminateness?
You will be avenged, old sage. I swear it.
LDS, okay. Is there like any like loot that can only be obtained? Pile of books? Blank piece of paper. Okay. And is there like anything that a lot of people have to die before you can get it? Open the chest.
What now?
Lightning. Okay. Kinda confused by all this. I'm at a loss because, you know, I almost broke my camera just now. So that's something to look out for. And take his stuff, Go down this way, go that way. Walk the dinosaur.
Impossible. We're getting close to the treasury. The Kuzlan family...
What do you mean getting close? We're at the door.
Take my key. That blade cannot fall into Hal's hands. It should sever his treacherous head.
But by the time you get to Hal, that blade is so underpowered that there's no possible way that you could kill him. And it's not like you get an achievement for it or something. Armor stand. Scale. I like how it's scale armor. Made of iron. Sword. Axe. Right. The sword rack has axes on it. Good job, guys. Okay, family chest. Shield if I ever. Family sword. That sounds like a really weird title for a movie. Shield if I ever. Family sword. Oh, more guys. Alright, everyone get out here and then... Yeah, poke him in the back. Poke him in the back. That's not poking him. They're slapping him. Come on.
Keep it up. It is begun. I shall do it. Good day.
Alright. So this reminds me of an idea that I read about a while ago. It's like, you start the game with a whole bunch of powers. Like, you know, like, if you were... Like, if it was this game, you'd start out with, like, you know, this stuff. You'd start out with, like, all the, like, the ability to do all these things and a bunch of other things. But you never gain any more abilities. In fact, the more you level up, the less you have. So, like, you have to sacrifice one skill in order to like, increase the other. You know, kind of similar to how, you know, it actually works when you're learning something. You have to sacrifice certain aspects in order to be better at others. And you gotta walk into churches and just, you know, slap people with swords. Oh yeah, cinematic death thingy. Poke him in the back. Poke him in the back. It has weird pathfinding sometimes when you're fighting, so it's like, hey, you. Now we're dead. I really hate how sometimes you have characters that aren't gonna stay with you, and they get a lot of kills. Like, spoiler alert, your mother's not going to stay with you the entire time. And in fact, you know, not for much longer at all, actually. But it's not like you get her experience back when you're done.
We're under attack. I shall do it.
You know, so it's just sort of like, oh, we might as well have you be, you know, have no armor, no gear of any kind, so that,
as you say, it shall be done.
You know, when you are fighting, you have less of a chance of getting that final kill, which ends up with people getting the experience. So yeah, like Dog, he gets the experience, I'm okay with that. I mean, if Penis gets the experience, I'm okay. Because, you know, he's a part of my party. He's all I've got right now. But if freaking Servant gets a kill, I'm like, that's not good at all.
We must not exhaust our supplies.
You're dead!
Yeah, see, a certain part of this is really frustrating because, you know, you more or less have terrible gear at this point.
How dare you?
So it's like, oh yeah, by the way, mage. And you're like, oh. That's not really what I was planning on doing with my day, but hey, look at a dog. But hey, look at your mom.
Go, man the gates. Keep those bastards out as long as you can. Your ladyship, my lady, you're both alive. I was certain Howe's men had gotten through.
They did get through?
They killed Oriana and Oren. I can't believe
That is some lazy naming right there. Hey honey, how do you want to name our son? Name him after me! Oh, okay.
When I realised what was happening, it was all I could do to shut the gates. But they won't keep Howe's men out long. If you've another way out of the castle, use it quickly.
Hey, where's the warden guy? The old one. Gandalf the warden.
I've no idea. You don't think he's involved in this, do you?
Nah.
perhaps he was sent to kill Bryce? Oh dear. Have you
That
seen
doesn't
him?
even make sense.
When I last saw the town,
Like, oh.
he'd been badly wounded.
Probably this guy who has
Not to
no
go.
alliances
He was
or
determined to
affiliations with any
went
actual
towards the
organization,
I believe he
either
thought to
real
find
or
out
fake,
servant's
in
exit
the
larder.
Bless you, Edward.
continent
Make her
of
watch over her.
Make her watch over us all.
Thetis. You know, maybe this guy is the one that did it. Oh, and you know, maybe it was just this random guy. I mean, he's obviously not just some random guy. He's the plot, actually, to a
Keep
point.
your wits about you.
But I mean, it's not like, oh,
I'll go.
he obviously is working for the king. Oh, I forgot I was playing as my mother, and I was like, why am I punching?
It shall be done.
So yeah, honestly, like, at a certain point later, you get like an entire like squad of men.
Kill them all myself.
Not squad, but you know, at max you can have 4 different characters. And seeing as how it's a BioWare game, you, like, this is your main character, and then you have like secondary characters that, like, oh, you have the, I don't know, dwarf,
Very
and you have the really low frame rate,
Let us end this. As you say.
and you know, so you have the main character, and then you have like the sidekicks basically.
Very well.
And you know, now that I think about it, I'm kind of tempted to play, like, I might want to do, I might do Mass Effect 3 after I'm done with this. I think this is, like, anytime I do a game, it's going to be one that a lot of people haven't done. Like, it's not going to be, oh, playing Borderlands.
They're slaughtering everyone!
Yeah, okay, leave then, you freaking elf. Freaking elves are stupid. With their roots. But, I think it's mostly going to be like BioWare RPGs. Maybe like Dragon's Dogma, if I can ever actually learn how to play that properly.
More enemies ahead. As you say.
You know, just general,
As you say.
not games that you normally see people playing on YouTube. I might do Dragon Age 2,
As you say.
which
I shall do it.
I think all around it's technically not an improvement because they're very different games over this one. And so it's like, oh yeah,
Shall be done.
Dragon Age 2 plays more like a movie than anything else really. I mean, you know, the graphics are better,
I shall do
you know, your main character has a voice, but you can't choose between the races.
It shall be done.
You don't, to an extent, you don't really feel like your choices make as much change in the world in Dragon Age 2. And I think that's a bit of a problem. But you know, when you're getting 90 experience per enemy, you can't really complain too much. Even if your dog is about to die. Oh, no, he increased his health somehow. Little doggy biscuit, I don't know. Sack. Had money in it, apparently. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, if there's something you want to see me play, I will. I can pretty easily get most games, so it's not like it's, oh, send me the game for free, and then I will do it. But, you know, semi-obscure, you know, they sold a lot, but no one really made YouTube videos about it for some reason, that kind of thing. Hey, a guy! There's an ugly shirt.
There, you both are. I was
Bryce.
wondering when you would get here.
Maker's blood, what's happening?
Blood.
Bleeding.
Al's men found me first. Almost did me in right there.
I'll kill How for what... And How!
I can't get away with this. The king will...
Bryce, we must get you
Yeah,
out.
guys, the king will...
I won't survive the standing, I think.
He says it like, you know, like, oh, the standing. As if that's some sort of obscure actual event that's happening, instead of him getting up. Like, oh, the standing. It's not like looking into the eternal void. It's not like looking into the time vortex. It's not like, hey, awesomely mystical. I don't know how to say words. Awesomely mystical. That's not true.
Oh, my darling girl. If only Will could make it so.
Once Hal's men break through the gate, they will find us.
Wait a minute. Who's Will?
Someone must reach Fergus.
I mean, is Will
Tell
someone
me
we
what
need
has
to know about, Dad? Are you, like, having a gay lover? Oh, there's one thing I really like about this game. No one cares if you play gay or not. That sounded really weird. Like, if you have a male, well, I don't know. I'll get to that later, I feel. But, you know, it's kind of like, oh,
Bryce, no. The servants' passage is right here.
bottle of water.
Flee together. Find you healing magic.
The castle is surrounded.
Basically what it is as a female, you have, let me see here.
Surround the castle. Getting past will be difficult.
You are Duncan, then.
You have three love interests,
Yes,
right?
Your Ladyship.
You
Ken and I
have a
tried to
guy,
reach you sooner.
My daughter helped me get here. Maker.
you have a guy who's full
I
on
am
straight,
not
and then you have
surprised.
two bisexual characters that you can, I guess, choose from. And you know, that's alright, that's kosher. But as a male character, you have, you know, you have a female and then the two bisexual characters. And you know, one of the bisexual characters is of course female. I don't know why I had to say of course. So, you know, as far as gay goes, you have one choice. And it's not like, you know, it's just sort of, oh yeah, by the way, I'm gay. It's like, that character, he's a slut, basically, you know, he doesn't really see sex as being an intimate thing, he just sees it as kind of like a thing of pleasure. It doesn't have any meaning to him. Anyway, I'm surprised you haven't already
I
left.
did not wish to leave your father alone.
Whatever is to be done now, it must be quick. They are coming.
Duncan, I beg you, take my wife and daughter to safety.
I will, your lordship. But I fear I must ask for something in return.
Anything.
What is happening here pales in comparison to the evil now roots in this world. I came to your castle seeking a recruit. The Darkspawn threat demands that I leave with one.
Oh wow, that's kind of like,
understand.
that's like a secret order of like, I don't like how they phrase things sometimes. Like, oh, I wouldn't survive the standing. Oh, the threat demands that I leave. You know, it's kind of like, oh, these are like theoretical things, right? but they're acting as if they're physical events or orders or organizations of some kind.
Truthfully, you were always my first choice. I will take the Tyrna and your daughter to Ostagar to tell Fergus and the king what happened. Then your daughter joins the Grey Wardens.
So long as justice comes to Hound. I agree.
That's kind of a...
And I offer you a place within the Grey Wardens. Fight with us.
It's kind of a D-bag move, Dad. It's just sort of like, oh, I'm dying, and all I can think about is vengeance against my enemy. I mean, yeah, that's fair. But I mean... Oh, by the way, honey, I hope you don't mind that I'm signing your life away. You know, I'm going to sign your life away to just do whatever, so, you know, good luck with that. I'm not going to live to see the consequences, so YOLO. I accept your offer.
We must leave quickly.
Because I got nothing better to do.
Bryce, are you sure?
Our daughter will not die of Hal's treachery. She will live and make her mark on the world.
Darling, go with Duncan. You have a better chance to escape without me.
Eleanor.
Hush, Bryce. I'll kill every bastard that comes through that door to buy them time.
But what
I
about
won't
just the
abandon-
regular characters? You know, I mean, what... Like, I mean, why does it only have to be illegitimate sons? Why can't it be like, you know, guys who were loved by their parents? That kind of thing. I don't know. It seems silly. I love you guys. I love you both. So much.
Then live, darling. Become a Grey Warden and do what is right.
I'm so sorry it's come to this, my love.
We had a good life and did all we could. It's up to our children now.
Then go, pup. Warn your brother. And know that we love you both. You do us proud.
They've broken through the gates. We must go now.
Goodbye, darling.
Yeah, loading the screen. I was looking at my computer for the past few seconds, so that's why I didn't say anything during the really weird dialogue and cutscenes. Which, you know, they're not bad, of course, but there's room for improvement. I mean, I'm not judging, obviously, but... You know how it is. I guess, I don't know. You might not.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The
Kukuri.
Winter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped.
In the
here
Kukuri
and now.
Wilds.
If it spreads to the north,
Kukuri.
Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King
Hose.
Kaelin, I didn't expect a...
A royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Kukuri.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you found a possible recruit.
Glorious.
I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
No need, Duncan. You are Bryce's youngest, are you not? I don't think we've ever actually
And there's
met.
people talking outside. That's nice. My name is, beginning parentheses, period, ending parentheses, beginning parentheses, period, ending parentheses. Period, I guess. I don't know. 3 nipples. Let's go with
Your
it.
brother has already arrived with High Ever's men. But we are still awaiting your father.
Oh, I think you'll be waiting for some time then. That seems like the D-bag kind of thing, I would say.
Oh? Well, nothing's happened to Bryce, I hope. Has he fallen ill?
Terran
Anyway.
Coastland and his wife are dead, Your Majesty. Arl Howe has shown himself a traitor and overtaken High Ever Castle. Had we not escaped, he would have killed us and told you any story he wished.
I can scarcely believe it.
I can.
Well, how could he think he could get away with such treachery?
Easily.
As soon as we are done here, I will turn my army north and bring Howe to justice. You have my word.
I thought it said sword for a second. I was like, you have my sword, and my axe, and my bow. I went and saw The Hobbit yesterday. It was funny. Thank you, Your Majesty. Oh, thank you, Your Majesty.
No doubt you wish to see your brother. Unfortunately, he and his men are scouting in the wilds.
I just popped a bone. I hope everyone heard that. It was right below the mic. But he may be in danger. Yeah. Well, no dip. He's out in the wilds. What do you expect? When will he return?
Not until the battle is over, I fear. Until then, we cannot even send word. I apologize, but there's nothing
Everybody's
more I can
talking
do.
about words.
All I can suggest is that you vent your grief against the Darkspawn for the time being.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? Just a flying round in the wind. Oh, not in the window, but in the wind. Oh. Thank you, Your Majesty.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
Oh, I didn't realize things were going so well. They're not going to be going very well for much longer. I expect at least 95% loss in the next battle. Holy crap. His chest plate looks kind of like a face. Everyone look. Like right in the middle. See, between the two black kind of things, it looks kind of like a face. Like where it's kind of duller. It's a face. Huh.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. You know, a king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. Now, I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's great. That's amazing. I can't believe it. He doesn't seem to take the Darkspawn very seriously, so... Seriously, it's a word.
True. Despite the
He
victory
likes
so
fish.
far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
But is it more than a feeling? More than a feeling. I see my Marion walking away. Hey! Then maybe we should move more quickly.
Yes, we should proceed with the ritual.
Ritual? Ritual. Ritual sacrifice? But it's not Tuesday.
Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining in order to become a Grey Warden.
If you hear wrestling, I'm looking for
Some preparation is
a
required.
thing.
We must begin soon.
Come on. Again?